It's Saturn. Ugh. So, welcome everybody, and this is just a little tutorial on how to build spheres. Now, you may have seen my tutorial on how to build a circle, and I don't even know if that helped, because that was a little while ago, and I have a feeling I didn't make that tutorial very well, because I still know a lot of people who do not know how to even make circles very well, like, at all. So this will just be another little tutorial. I'm gonna do the run through on how to build a circle real fast, and then I'll get into the sphere part. So to start off, you're gonna want a starting point, and this can be the center of your new base. And you just want to make like a dome maybe, or a full-fledged sphere. Depends on what you're doing. I mean, I would personally make domes much more often than I make spheres in survival. But yeah, making spheres is a very important skill you're gonna want if you're gonna be a good builder in Minecraft. You're gonna want to know how to make a good sphere without using world edit or anything like that, or just looking up the exact dimensions online. So how we're gonna do this is, once we have our center point here, we're gonna want to make the circle. So go out one more on the top, so it's like a little bit raised from the rest of it. You want to go out in the radius of how big you want this circle to be, the main circle. So we're gonna go out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna do it on this side too, like that, and this side, and all the sides really. But we're just gonna do these sides for now. Okay, so now that we have that down, we're gonna want to make the first circle. So what we're gonna do is come out 2, and then what you're gonna want to do is come out so much on each side, and depending on how big the circle is, you're gonna want to make this little wing here bigger. So if you're gonna make a circle with a radius of 20 or 30 or 100, you're gonna want to make this much bigger as you go. So since it's 6, 2 should work fine for now. Then what you're gonna want to do is go down. Instead, most people would normally go like this, is what I see on servers. Let's change time today. But what most people will do on servers is just go across diagonally like this, and it does sometimes work, but it looks ugly. It looks horrible, trust me. And you get this weird lined effect, striped effect when you look at it from angles. And if that's the look you're going for, you might want to do that, but I've never really wanted to do that. So we're making a proper circle here. So what we're going to do is go down in decreasing intervals or equal intervals. That is the rule for making these. So what we're going to do is, since we have 2, we can either go to 2 again or go to 1. Now if we go to 1 here, then we'll be left with a space here, and we'll have to make another one, and it'll just do that. So what we're going to want to do is 2, and then the only choice we have left is another 2. So let's go out another 2, and then we have this, which will be the perfect circle. 2 and then 2. And like I said, depending on how large the circle you're making is, this can get a lot more complicated. Like, it can be like, this could be like a 10, or make that 11. 10 on each side, and then you're gonna want to go to 9, then maybe 8, and then 6. You don't want to do it one per, like, you don't want to do every single interval. Once you get to the bigger ones, you're gonna want to skip a few at a certain point. But now that we have this circle here, we want to think of it as a sphere now. Now how do we think of this as a sphere? This is just a 2-dimensional object. We need to raise it up. And how much do you raise it up? Well, we already have it down pretty much. You just need to take this radius, so it's 6, and we need to make the radius come out from every angle basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you're building a dome, you only want to focus on the top. You don't need to do the bottom. But since I'm doing this as a sphere, I'm going to show both. So now that what we want to do is, we have this curve here that we want to copy. So we go out 2, 2, and that's it. 2, 2, 2, 2, basically. 2, 2, 2, 2. Now that should work perfectly if you got this length correct. I've done this on my creative series that I lost the world for. I made a huge dome, and I accidentally made this one too high, and then I started doing it all and I messed up like badly. So you're gonna want to do this framework first. You don't want to jump the gun when you're building these. So the framework is very important, or else you could waste a lot of resources in building these. So let's go up 2, 2, 2, and then 2, and one last time. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Like a song, why don't you? There we go. And voila, we have our dome. But we're gonna want to do the same thing on the bottom side, and it's just as you'd expect. 2, 2, 2, and then 2. So I'm just gonna finish this up, and yeah. So there we have it, the frame for our sphere. Now the next part may be the trickiest part, and depending on how large your sphere is, it can be the most resource requiring. At this point you can take out the center, so I guess we will. We don't need this framework here anymore. And of course you can make this out of any block you want. It doesn't need to be stone. So there we go. And now we want to make it into a circle. Now from here, this may be another circle you're gonna do. It's a lot of circles into spheres. A lot of circles go into it. Now we gotta think of this as that original cross shape we started off when we made a circle. And a circle this small would be very simple and would just look like this. If you get what I'm talking about here. It'll make a little more sense than the others. So we're gonna copy this, which happens to just be this. Like that, and then we have a circle here. So I'm just gonna do it here. And here. And on the top, it's just as you expect. Just picture yourself, you're looking at the side of the sphere now. So you're going to want it like this. It may look a bit deformed to you, but my POV is up pretty high. Like, my POV is on Pro right now. I got used to it. But this is Doc M. He's a big YouTuber. He usually has it on 70, on normal. And this feels very zoomed in to me. Like, just so weird, dude. Like, dude. Let's fix that problem right there. So now that we have that down, we're going to want to do this. So we're going to want to connect these, basically. Now a rule for this is you never want to have diagonals cutting across like this. You always want them to be to flow and be connected. Now we could just do that, but we're gonna do the circle thing again. So you have to imagine that there's a cross going across like that, and we're gonna want to do the circle thing again, like that. We can either do that, or we can go one out, and then that. It's all up to opinion, and it can be trial and error. I think this looks the best. So you're going to want to do the circle. Like that. And we're going to do the whole thing. Like that. So we're going to do this on all of the sides. Let's go up 2, 1, and then 2, 2, 1, then 2, then 2, 1, 2, and you get the point. So I'm just gonna speed up the rest of this. So now that we have the sides done, we're also going to want to do the tops, and like as so, it's just as you'd expect. The 2, the 1, and the 2. 2, 1, 2. Like that for the rest of it, and same with the bottom. Wow, we've already gone through I already had to change the time twice. So, so now that we've have that done, the framework for it is done. Now we just have to fill it in like this. Fill in all the air spaces up against the inner circle. And as I've said before, depending on how large your sphere is, you can have many layers like this. And for an example, you can look at my creative series. I have I made a big dome on my last episode for the top of it, and then prior to that, I lost the world. I didn't name the world, that was the problem. Like this. Like that. And now we're just going to want to do that on the rest of the sides, and I'll just speed this up too to get the video on with. And of course, same with the tops, just fill in the white space and you'll be good. Well, I forgot the bottom, I guess. Forgot to do this for the bottom, sorry guys. Did not realize that. Then we have the white space to fill in. Now this is much more difficult on in survival, may I add, because it's very difficult to get all of these angles when, like the way I am flying around now, it's very difficult to get all these angles in when you're in survival, just as a warning. Now all we have left to do is these corners, and you can basically figure out what we're going to do here. We're going to go like this, and we want to have a complete full connection, so we go like that. So there we have it. Some people will go like that. I still prefer having the full connection here. As you see, of course some spots won't have that full connection, like here. But if you look at it from above, it looks the same as it would from the sides, which is what a sphere should look like. It should be the same shape no matter what angle you look at it from, if it's a true sphere. So now let's get the rest of these corners in. I'm going to speed up for the bottom half. And there we have it. We have our sphere. It is complete. You can make it have any block you want, of course. And of course it's Minecraft. It's still made of blocks. It's not going to be a perfect sphere, of course, because this isn't a sphere, but it is a sphere. What am I talking about? It's impossible to make a true rounded surfaces in Minecraft, but this is as close as you're gonna get. So what's also cool about these is you can make something on the inside and it still looks cool. Let's get some torches on so we can look around. So yeah, it still looks cool from the inside too. So you can make rooms like this if you wanted. And yeah. And if you, like I said, if you're gonna make a dome, all you do is just cut this in half, and the top part would be your dome. And for this size, it really, the detail varies on the size of the sphere. The whole thing varies on the size, really. But if you're making a larger sphere, the detail will be significantly increased. If so. Words. Okay. Well, if this helped you guys, I hope it did. I tried my best. But if it helped, please leave a like and comment. Tell me in person if you want. And yeah, so thanks for watching. This has been Jake from World Legends, how to build a sphere. Bye.